Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Well, welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This can be past, present, or future. You or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. Remember that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. So it's a good idea to have an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up. Okay. All right. Thank you all for your likes, your shares, your subscribes. Thank you for your support. Collective, game is over. Okay. With game over here, Spirit is clearly conveying that you need to be aware that the game is over. You know, trust and believe the clarity that you are receiving. Maybe you're receiving some kind of information that is shocking to you. You never thought that you would be told this information, but it is coming to you for a reason and a purpose. And so Spirit wants you to trust what you are seeing, and for some reason, that this information that is being given to you or distributed to you, you know that it is true, you know that it is real. Be mindful to pay attention to signs and synchronicities. Especially if it's something regarding a read or a reading. Maybe you are someone that watches tarot on social media. There could be a phrase or a word, or a person could mention something, maybe that you're dealing with in your personal everyday life, something you've been thinking about, something you're working on. Okay. But game over. Okay. The games are over on this timeline here. It's all about standing in your authenticity. It's all about standing in your truth and developing yourself to where you will master your ability of who you are, knowing thyself. Now, this won't happen for everyone. Some people, may have to get it next lifetime or at a different time. But anyway, either who, if you are watching this message, Spirit is saying game is over. The games that used to be played, the things that used to be tolerated is no longer available or existing. And this is not a negative thing. This is a beautiful thing. And so Spirit is conveying, before I pick up the tarot, that clearly that the information that you are receiving about things that are changing around you are not the worst. They're actually for the better. Right now, you're unable to see, the ending of the situation, or see yourself coming out, of the end of whatever you're dealing with. I'm picking up you're dealing with some kind of maybe a financial hardship. Maybe you're worried about something. I'm also picking up someone who's made a large purchase recently and you're regretting it. Maybe it's too late to take it back. This could possibly be a new car. Maybe you financed a vehicle, new or used. Maybe you're regretting that you made that move. Spirit is saying for you not to regret it. But when you get in situations like this is the time to exercise your faith. This is the time to believe in yourself and stay positive. Never mind having conversations with people about anything that you're feeling that may be impacting you in a negative way. Why, collective? Because whenever you're going through anything, and if you share it with people, they're going to do what? Heighten the situation. So as I was sharing earlier, rather than share your worries or concerns with people, even people who you feel, look, I should be able to trust them. They're my people. No, 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 my darling. It's better to get you a journal or pray about it. Take it to God, give it to God, or write it in a journal, write it down, okay? Or write it down and burn it and do your burning bowl ritual. But either way, the game is over. Clarity is here. Don't allow, the information that you're hearing to alarm you. And this could be anything. We're not just talking about the price of chicken right now. We're talking about whatever pieces of this reading resonates for you. And there's, different people who will see this video, and we all live different lives. We're from different backgrounds and we have different experiences. So whatever you feel that is nagging you at the time that you see this message, Spirit is saying it is not for the worse. You may feel that in the moment, but you will find as you move forward, it's actually for the better. You can't see the forest for the trees at this time. Things are a bit cloudy. When it comes to change, the word change, The idea of change can be very intimidating. The ideal of standing in your authenticity can raise anxiety. That could really frazzle people, and change frazzles people. It makes people nervous. It makes people angry. There's a lot of aggression. I don't know if it's just the planets, it's just the astrology speaking, but there's a lot of anger and aggression, and I'm not speaking personally in my life. I'm saying in the world that we are in. I don't know if you've noticed or not, collective, but there's a lot of people who are running around angry and disgruntled, as if their fist is clenched tight and they don't want to let it go and they want to punch somebody. You can see the anger on people's faces. You can see the frustration. But one thing's for sure and two's for certain. The more you complain, it will not help you. It will give you more things to complain about. The more angrier and aggressive you are, you will continue to be more angrier and more aggressive. And then it could possibly get you into a situation that you could regret. So whatever you have in this moment, wherever you are, Spirit is just saying to simply just be grateful for what you have. Okay, there's no need to keep having these conversations about things that are out of our control. Tomorrow's not promised to anyone. Take what you have and make it work and make it happen. But you do not need to be hyper focused on things that are out of your control. This message has been channeling through me for months now. I'm being told to keep reiterating this message, and I will keep doing so because there's a lot of people out there swapping energy, receiving a lot of negative projection. Some of you are aware, and some people aren't. Doesn't matter what your belief system is, all are welcome on this channel, okay? And just because you don't believe in something doesn't mean it's not happening, okay? It's just like gravity. It doesn't need you to believe in it, nor does the air that we're breathing, okay? So we're starting off with the Page of Wands. So it's time for you to become a student of yourself and master yourself. If there's a skill or a hobby or some kind of craft that you have that you enjoy doing, maybe it brings you peace. There are people who crochet or knit. Maybe that crocheting or knitting brings you peace. Maybe you paint. Maybe you draw. This is the time to embark on those ideas, those skills, and those hobbies that you have been having all of your life, but you never quite took it seriously enough to maybe promote it, let it be seen. Or this could also be something that you just do to bring you peace and tranquility. Now, usually, I do inspire people to promote and let their work be seen. If that's something you want to do and you desire, this is the perfect time to go for it. When you are witnessing change happening, around you, there's most likely a change that's going to happen on the inside of you. As above, so below. As within, so without. So the changes that you are in disagreement with that are happening on the outside, will just simply pick something that is going on within you. And this is a private, personal, solo situation. It's between you and the divine, you and your higher self. Pick that thing and work towards that instead of focusing on, the negativity that's taking place around you. Okay. And this is regarding people, places, and things. I'm picking up on a large, massive group of people who need to be motivated and inspired. And Spirit is just saying that there are many ways that you can refuel yourself. Okay. There's a need to recalibrate your energy. Don't allow yourself to be drained and pulled down by circumstances that are happening in the world. In the meantime, in between time, life will always be lifing. The world will always be whirling, collective. But what will you be doing to keep yourself calm, to keep yourself at peace, to keep your household at peace, to continue living and enjoying life? No matter what's going on, you have to find a way to persevere and make it through. You cannot spend every waking moment being worried, overwhelmed, and stressed. Spirit is saying, take what you have inside of you and outside of you and make it work for you. You don't need permission to be great. You don't need permission to create. You truly don't. But any skill or talent or hobby that you have, I'm talking to a large amount of people here. You know who you are. That thing that you do that people compliment you on and you never took it seriously. Well, this is the fine time to take it seriously. So while the changes are happening around you, you can change something within yourself. You can change something within your household. You can change, maybe it's a way of thinking for you. It can be your perception of how you see yourself, of how you feel about yourself. Okay, so the game is over with the illusions, that a lot of people find comfort in resting in and thriving in, but people are finding out that what they thought they knew, they never knew at all. So, what it looks like, the process of, the unlearning is being forced among a large number of people, and people are finding it to be uncomfortable. But there's no need to spend your days frowning. A smile looks better on you. That's the message. Okay. The Ace of Swords. Okay. Clarity, new ideas. And clarity and new ideas. Like I said, communities represents communication, the things you're hearing. Don't allow it to affect you. Let it inspire you to tap into your new ideas or that creative project that you have. And you don't need permission. You don't need anyone's opinion. You think I can sell these? You think I should put this online? You don't need to ask them that. Just do it. That's what somebody need to hear. You don't need to ask nobody nothing. You just do it. Just do it. Whatever it is that you want to do. Okay. So there's a need to refocus your attention. Spirit is saying, yeah, there are some people who are really requiring some necessary redirection. That's the word. Spirit is saying, and it's for the betterment, to bring you some kind of peace, and so that you can relax and calm it down. Okay, take one day at a time and stay present, collective. Don't be so hyper focused on the future. Okay, stay present. Mm-hmm. Okay. And also feel free to change the subject when people try to bring these pessimist, negative topics and hypothetical conversations, and you find they want to repetitively just roll this funnel of negative energy, into your space. You don't have to be upset or yell. Just kindly change the subject on them. They'll get it. They will get it. They'll say, "Oh, the collective ain't trying to hear that. That's negative energy." They'll get it. You don't even have to say it. They'll say it to themselves, like, "Oh, the collective ain't trying to hear that." They start talking about buttermilk biscuits. I'm they changing the subject on me. I'm trying to talk about politics. They didn't change the subject. I'm trying to tell them what's gonna happen in 10 years from now. They trying to, if it's negative and it's not feeding your spirit, collective, you don't need it. Okay. So this message is clearly conveying that yes, with game over, things are changing, but it's for your highest good, and you will see that. If not now, later you will. But in the meantime, between time, you need to redirect your attention to something different, to something that makes you happy, make you smile. Be mindful of what you are absorbing. Be mindful of what your children are absorbing as well, especially if you have small children. Be mindful of the conversations you're having around them. You want to be mindful of not having conversations that'll create anxiety within the small children. That's for someone who needs to hear it, because sometimes we can be overly passionate about topics and different things, and you forget that the little one is right there. You don't want to raise that stress and anxiety within a small child. Be mindful. That's the message. Okay. So we have the wheel of fortune. And so while the world is waiting for things to change, the ancestors say, no, you just have to shift your perception. You don't have to spend all this time waiting for this wheel to change for you. You just have to change your perception. All is well. All is well, and everything is where it needs to be according to previous actions that were taken, collective. And so you don't have to wait for anything to change. You just need to shift your perception. And if you can truly shift your perception and stay positive and redirect your energy from watching the news all day, or engaging in these negative conversations, change the subject, turn the channel, walk away from people, uh, do whatever you have to do. You will find, with the momentum of doing those things, your energy will become more peaceful. You'll have more peace. You'll be more calm, and you will not be frustrated. Okay. And there are many recipes, many recipes, If you're concerned with food, or you may have to eat some things that's for somebody. This is for somebody who needs to hear. You may have to not go to the restaurant 5 days away, but 5 days away, 5 days a week. But either way, source will provide for you. There are many things you can cook that will stretch, that will last, that can feed it. God will provide. Okay, so let's stop with being startled. We are strong, brilliant people. We all are. And there is nothing that we can't overcome. There is nothing that we can't do. So I'm speaking to some people that are worried and just stressed. I didn't know this reading was going here, but here it is. And yes, I'm saying it. Like, yeah, you have to trust God. You have to trust God in these moments. The faith that you say you have, this is the time to exercise it. The belief system, doesn't matter what your belief system is, this is the time to tap into that. But do things to inspire you and to put you in a good space and place. That is what Spirit is saying in this reading. Don't constantly sit up and feed the fears. You're feeding the fears, collective. Somebody is constantly feeding the fears. The more you want to have these conversations, the more you want to look at negative topics on TV. They done told you that already. You clicking on the same thing. You don't have to have the news on your television 24 hours a day. Not the same story being repeated to you. And then you constantly hearing it. Then you leave your house, and instead of you having a great conversation and asking your friend how they doing, you're talking about the news all day. Then you go back in your house and then you're watching the news all day. It's time to redirect your energy. That's just for somebody, not for everybody. You can do what you want. Everyone has free will. But Spirit is clearly saying that you do not have to be in this space or place of sadness. Life is still worth living. With the Nine of Pentacles, this is security and comfort. This is abundance. Life is still worth living. The world doesn't have to change. You have to change your perception. And that's when you'll be able to shift your frequency of how you feel and how you see things. There are some people who are so rigid, they can't picture themselves doing anything different. But sometimes, life will throw you a curveball and you have to do something different. But it's for your highest good. This is not to hurt you, Spirit is saying. Whatever you are feeling, this is not to hurt you. This is not to harm you. This is actually to help you. Real talk. So we're closing out with the Nine of Wands. This is perseverance. This is confirmation that you will persevere. You will succeed. Okay? You are the champion of the situation. You just have to shift your perception. The world does not have to change for you. You have to change your mind. You can change your life. Later.